Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Shyam Sundara Shyam Sundar Shri Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai Anant Koti Vaishnav ki jai.
Vedanshi, you can continue Kirtan for 3 more minutes.
Okay, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitya Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaur Hari Bol. जगह प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna, Vedanshi. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna and Pranam dear devotees. So welcome to daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading session. So let us begin. So let me share my screen. You can show the quiz results for today. So let me refresh. So we have 5 participants today. Atul Prabhu with first position 4850. Anupama Mataji second position. Anshi Mataji third position. Pinky Mataji fourth position. Vijay Mataji fifth position. Hari Bol. So let us begin with our session for today. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pisthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Divarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurundaram Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from first canto, third chapter, and it is about Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So we have read till 13th shloka, 13th number shloka, and we were reading about the number of incarnations, and we read about the boar incarnation, and then we read about Devarshi Narad Muni, who is the empowered incarnation of the Lord. And then we read about Nar Narayan, Lord Kapil, and Dattatreya, Yagya, King Rishabdev, and also we're going to read about the 9th incarnation of the Lord, Prithu Maharaj. So let us read. Okay. Rishi Yachito Bheje Navamam Parthivam Vapu Dugdhe Mam Oshadhir Vipras Tenayam Sa Oshattamah. Rishi by the sages, Yachita being prayed for, Bheje accepted, Navamam the 9th one. Just a minute. Navamam the 9th one. Parthivam the ruler of the earth, Vapu body, Dugdha milking, Imam all these, Oshadhi products of the earth, Vipra O Brahmanas, Tena by, Ayam this, Saha he, Ushattama beautifully attractive. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Aveshadna Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Brahmins, in the 9th incarnation, the Lord prayed for by the sages accepted the body of a king Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various produce, and for that reason the earth was beautiful and attractive. Before the advent of King Prithu, there was great havoc of maladministration due to vicious life of the previous king, the father of Maharaj Prithu. The intelligent class of men, namely the sages and the Brahmins, not only prayed for the Lord to come down, but also dethroned the previous king. It is the duty of the king to be pious and thus look after the all-around welfare of the citizens. Whenever there is some negligence on the part of the king in discharging his duty, the intelligent class of men must dethrone him. The intelligent class of men, however, do not occupy the royal throne because they have much more important duties for the welfare of the public. Instead of occupying the royal throne, they prayed for the incarnation of the Lord, and the Lord came as Maharaj Prithu. Real intelligent men or qualified Brahmins never aspire for political posts. Maharaj Prithu excavated many produces from the earth, and thus not only did the citizens become happy to have such a good king, but the complete sight of the earth also became beautiful and attractive. So this we also see during the time of Maharaj Yudhishthir that the king or the king is equally given respect as the Lord because he is the representative of the God. And the true king is the one who is a true representative of the Supreme Lord. And and the king must be like he should be the righteous ruler. And we see that in this during the time of Yudhishthir Maharaj also that Lord Krishna established Yudhishthir Maharaj. So because there was a need of a righteous ruler for the whole planet, and the same thing is for Maharaj Prithu as well. So we continue reading. Rupam. Okay, so is anybody else who wants to read? You can raise their hand. Okay. Rupam sa jagrihe matsyam chakshushodadhi samplave navi aropyam mahivayam apad vivasvatam manum. Rupam, form. Sa he, jagrihe, accepted. Matsyam, of a fish. Chakshusha, chakshush. Udadhi, water. Samplave, inundation. Navi, on the boat. Aropya, keeping on. Mahi, the earth. Mayam, drowned in. A path, protected. Vaivasvatam, Vaivasvat. Manu, the father of man. When there was a complete inundation after the period of Chakshusha Manu and the whole world was deep within water, the Lord accepted the form of a fish and protected Vaivasvat Manu, keeping him up on a boat. According to Sripad Sridhar Swami, the original commentator of the Bhagavatam, there is not always a devastation after the change of every Manu. And yet, this inundation after the period of Chakshusha Manu took place in order to show some wonders of Satyavrat. But Sri Jeev Goswami has given definite proofs from authoritative scriptures like Vishnu Dharmottar, Markandeya Puran, Harivansh, etc., that there is always a devastation after the end of each and every Manu. Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. So this comes in Bhagavad Gita also. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti has also supported Srila Jeev Goswami, and Sri Chakravarti has also quoted from Bhagavatamrit about this inundation after each Manu. Apart from this, the Lord, in order to show special favor to Satyavrat, a devotee of the Lord, in this particular period, incarnated himself. So you see, this is the way that somebody gives a tika to scripture, where like Srila Prabhupada is quoting various other acharyas. So this is the way where when we speak or when we try to preach to somebody else, we try to be as much as in line with what other acharyas have spoken. And if we have heard somebody that, and if we are trying to speak that, so we should always try to quote it. Okay, I have heard from this authority, I have heard from this source. So this I've also learned from senior devotees like Giraj Prabhu, that where they would always emphasize that whenever we are trying to speak something, we should always try to, if that is something that is different from what has been said, we should always try to quote what is the authority from whom we have heard. Like here, Srila Prabhupada is quoting two different authorities, Sripad Sridhar Swami and Srila Jiva Goswami. And although in the trans or in the जो हम श्लोक देख रहे हैं उसमें there is a different story which is going on, but we will find that Prabhupada is sometimes Prabhupada is giving what we actually want to understand, we want to hear. So this is the meaning of Acharya. So let us read further. Is there anybody else who wants to read? They can raise their hand. Okay, till the time they always decide, let me read further. Sura Suranam Udadhin Matnatam Madar Achalam Dadre Kamath Rupena Prishtha Ekadashe Vibhu. Yes, Atul Prabhu, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Go on.
Sura, the theists. Asuranam, the atheist. Udhadim, in the ocean. Mathanatam, churning. Mandrachalam, the Mandrachala hill. Dadre, sustained. Kamatha, tortoise. Rupena, in the form of Prishthe, shell. Ekadashe, the 11th in the line. Vibhu, the great. Translation: the 11th incarnation of the Lord took the form of a tortoise, whose shell served as a pivot for the Mandrachala hill, which was being used as a churning rod by the theists and atheists of the universe. Once both the atheists and the theists were engaged in producing nectar from the sea, so that all of them could become deathless by drinking it. At that time, the Mandrachala hill was used as the churning rod, and the shell of Lord Tortoise, the incarnation of Godhead, became the resting place pivot of the hill in the seawater.
Yes. So this we are all majorly aware, almost everybody, about the Samudra Manthan and the fight between the demigods and the demons, and how there was a Manthan and then there was a fight towards for getting the Amrit, the pot of the Amrit, for becoming immortal, and how like the churning rod which was there, that was the hill. It was so huge and that it was not able to rest on anything else. So then the Lord himself incarnated as the tortoise, and on top of him the mountain was placed, and then it was the body of Vasuki, I think, where at one side of the whole big snake, and there, at one side there was demigods, the other side there was demons, and they were churning the ocean. And after the first product is the halahal wish, which the Lord Shiva he drinks, and he does not drink actually. He keeps it in the mouth, and there's a pastime there, and how that when he keeps it in the mouth, he is known as Neelkant. So let us read further. Let me read the translation. Oh, the Sanskrit. Dhanvantaram dvadashamam trayodashamam evacha apayayat suran anyan mohinya mohayan striya. Yes, Atul Prabhu, you can continue.
Okay, Prabhu. Dhanvantaram, the incarnation of Godhead named Dhanvantari. Dvadashamam, the 12th in the line. Trayodashamam, the 13th in the line. Eva, certainly. Cha, and. Apyayat, gave to drink. Suran, the demigods. Anyan, others. Mohinya, by charming beauty, Mohayan, alluring Striya in the form of a woman. In the 12th incarnation, the god appeared as Dhanvantari, and in the 13th, he allured the atheists by the charming beauty of a woman and gave nectar to the demigods to drink.
Yes, which is called as Mohini Murti. Chaturdasham Narasimham Vibhrit Dram Urjitam Tadar Karajir Urao Era Kam Katakrit Yatha. Yes, Ashishaki Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Chaturdasham, the 14th in the line. Narsimham, the incarnation of Lord as half man and half lion. Vibhrat, advented. Datya Indram, the king of the atheist. Urjitam, strongly built. Dadhara, bifurcated. Karajah, by the nail. Urau, on the lap. Erekam, canes. Katakrat, carpenter. Yatha, just like. Translation. In the 14th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Narsimha and bifurcated the strongly body of the atheist Hiranyakashipu with his nail, just as a carpenter pierces cane.
So the Lord appeared as Lord Narasimhadev, and he protected Prahlad Maharaj, and he showed very ferocious pastime we all are aware of. And he appeared on a Chaturdashi, which is again coming on the month of May. I think it is 4th of May, where Narsingh Chaturdashi we are celebrating, and all of us can celebrate on that day by keeping a fast and by singing the glories of the Lord and doing Hare Krishna Kirtan. So we can read further. Mataji, can you read?
Yes, sir. Panchadasham Vamana. Sorry.
Go on.
प्रभु जी हाइट हो रहा है वो श्लोक का.
अब ठीक है.
पंचदशम वामनकम कृत्वागाद अध्वरम बलेह पदात्रय याचमानः प्रत्यादिस्तुत्रिपिष्टपम. Panchadasham, the 15th in the line. Vamanakam, the dwarf Brahmana. Kratva, by assumption of. Agat, went. Advaram, arena of sacrifice. Baleh, of King Bali. Padatrayam, 3 steps only. Yacha Manaha, begging. Pratya Adishtu, willing at heart to return. 3 Pistapam, the kingdom of 3 planetary system. Translation. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of dwarf Brahmana Vaman and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaja Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the 3 planetary system, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. Purport. The Almighty God can bestow upon anyone the kingdom of the universe from a very small beginning, and similarly, he can take away the kingdom of the universe on the plea of begging a small piece of land.
Yes, continue.
प्रभु जी श्लोक हाइट हो जाता है, आप या तो श्लोक आप रीड कर दीजिए.
मैं पढ़ देता हूँ माता जी.
Yes.
अवतारे सोदशमे पश्यान् ब्रह्मा ध्रुवो नृपान् सप्त कृत्वा कुपितो निःक्षत्रम् अकरोन्महिम्.
Avatare, in the incarnation of the Lord. Shodashme, the 16th. Pasyan, seeing. Brahmadruha, disobedient to the order of the Brahmanas. Nrapan, the kingly order. Trith Sapta, thrice 7 times. Kratvaha, had done. Kupitaha, being engaged. Nih, negation. Krastram, the administrative class. Akarot, did perform. Mahim, the earth. Translation: in the 16th incarnation of the Godhead, the Lord as Bhragupati annihilated the administrative class Kshatriyas 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. Purport: the Kshatriya or the administrative class of men are expected to rule the planet by the direction of the intelligent class of men, who give direction to the rulers in terms of the standard Shastras or the book of revealed knowledge. The rulers carry on the administration according to that direction. Whenever there is disobedience on the part of the Kshatriyas or the administrative class against the order of the learned and intelligent Brahmins, the administrator are removed by force from the post and arrangement is made for better administration.
Who can tell what is the name of the incarnation?
Parshuram.
Parshuram.
Yes. Yes, Lord Parshuram. Was it there? No, it was not there. No? Right. तथा सप्तदशे जात सत्यवत्यां पराशरात् चक्रे वेदतरो शाख दृष्ट्वा पुंसो अल्पमेधस.
Tatah, thereafter, Saptadashi, in the 17th incarnation, Jatah, advented, Satyavatyam, in the womb of Satyavati, Parasharat, by Parashar Muni, Chakre, prepared, Veda Taro, of the desired tree of the Vedas, Shakha, branches, Drishtva, by seeing, Pumsah, the people in general, Alpamedhasha, less intelligence. Translation: thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Sri Vyasadev appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Prashar Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent. Purport: originally the Veda is one, but Sri Vyasadev divided the original Veda into 4, namely Sam, Yajur, Rig, Atharv, and then again they were explained in different branches like the Puranas and the Mahabharata. Vedic language and the subject matter are very difficult for ordinary men. They are understood by the highly intelligent and self-realized Brahmins, but the present age of Kali is full of ignorant men. Even those who are born by a Brahman father and in the present age know better than Shudras or the women. The twice born men, namely the Brahmins, Kshatriya, and Vaishyas, are expected to undergo a cultural purificatory process known as sanskaras. But because of the bad influence of the present age, the so-called member of the Brahmanas and other high order families are no longer highly cultured. They are called the Dvij Bandhus, or the friend and family member of the twice born. But these Dvij Bandhus are classified among the Shudras and the women. Srila Vyasadev divided the Vedas into various branches and sub-branches for the sake of the less intelligent classes like the Dvij Bandhus, Shudras, and women.
Yes. This was about Srila Vyasadev, who gave us the Vedas and the Vedanta Sutra and Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Naradevatvam apanna surakarya chikirshaya samudra nigrahadini chakre viryani athaparam.
Nara, human being. Devtam, divinity. Apanaha, having assumed the form of. Sura, the demigods. Karya, activities. Chikirsha, for the purpose of performing. Samudra, the Indian Ocean. Nigraha Adini, controlling, and Chakre did perform Viryani, superhuman powers. Athaparam, thereafter. Translation. In the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Ram. In order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods, he exhibited superhuman power by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist king Ravan, who was on the other side of the sea. Purport. The personality of Godhead, Sri Ram, assumed the form of a human being and appeared on earth for the purpose of doing some pleasing work for the demigods or the administrative personality to maintain the order of the universe. Sometimes great demons and atheists like Ravan and Hiranyakashipu and many others become very famous due to advancing material civilization by the help of material science and other activities with the spirit of challenging the established order of the Lord. For example, the attempt to fly to other planet by material means is a challenge to the established order. The condition of each and every planet are different, and different classes of human beings are accommodated there for particular purpose mentioned in the code of the Lord. But puffed up by tiny success in material advancement, sometimes the godless materialistic challenge the existence of God. Ravana was one of them, and he wanted to deport ordinary men to the planet of Indra, heaven, by material means without consideration of the necessary qualifications. He wanted a staircase to be built up directly reaching the heavenly planet so that people might not be required to undergo the routine of pious work necessary to enter that planet. He also wanted to perform other acts against the established rule of the Lord. He even challenged the authority of Sri Ram, the personality of Godhead, and kidnapped his wife, Sita. Of course, Lord Ram came to chastise this atheist, answering the prayer and desire of the demigods. He therefore took up the challenge of Ravana, and the complete activity is the subject matter of the Ramayana. Because Lord Ramchandra was the personality of Godhead, he exhibited superhuman activities which no human being, including the materially advanced Raman, could perform. Lord Ramchandra prepared a royal road on the Indian Ocean with stone that floated on the water. The modern scientists have done research in the area of weightlessness, but it is not possible to bring in weightlessness anywhere and everywhere. But because weightlessness is the creation of the Lord by which he can make the gigantic planets fly and float in the air, he made the stones even within this earth to be weightless and prepare a stone bridge on the sea without any supporting pillar. This is the display of the power of the God.
Thank you so much, Mataji. This was all about Lord Ram and how he came as the ideal king, the ideal husband is Maryada Purushottam, and he displayed extraordinary pastimes, and like mentioned by Prabhupada in the purport that how the materialistic society, they become blind in the purview of their so-called advancement, that they try to challenge God, but they are mistaken in that purview that it is not possible. Yeah, they may make some satellites, but they cannot make huge planets which are weightless and which are floating around in the ether, in the universe, and they can, and which Krishna says that through his one single ansh, that he is sustaining all this universe. Ekan shena sthito jagat. So that is the potency of the Supreme Lord, and we cannot even imagine it. Ekona vimshatime vrishnishu prapya janmani Ram Krishna iti bhuvo Bhagavan arahad bharam eko na vimshe in the 19th, vimshatime in the 20th also. Vrishnishu, this is small one, you can read. Vrishnishu in the Vrishni dynasty, Prapya having obtained Janmani births, Ram, Balram, Krishna, Sri Krishna, iti thus Bhuva of the world, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Arahat removed Bharam, burden. In the 19th and 20th incarnation, the Lord advented himself as Lord Balram and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty, and by doing so, he removed the burden of the world. The specific mention of the मेरी भी यहीं पे गई थी मतलब जो मैंने ये श्लोक पढ़ा कि भगवान आया है यहाँ पे पहली बार. The specific mention of the word Bhagavan in this text indicates that Balram and Krishna are original forms of the Lord. This will further explain later. Lord Krishna is not an incarnation of the Purusha, as we learned from the beginning of this chapter. He is directly the original personality of Godhead, and Balram is the first plenary manifestation of the Lord. From Baldev, the first phalanx of plenary expansions, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Anirudh, and Pradyumna. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? First quadruple expansion. From Baldev, these expansion comes. Lord Shri Krishna is Vasudev and Baldev is Sankarshan. So this is the first sloka where Bhagavan is used out of all these. So we can see, and in the next few slokas, again it will be established that Ete Jan Shakala Pumsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swam, that all these incarnations and Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So that is what Srimad Bhagavatam is establishing. So we are already at 8:16. So we will rest our session for today here. And if there are, and so now we have the most toughest question that I can ask. Are there any questions? So I am saved for today. Thank you so much.
You're not sure. The first verse that we read today. Let me go back there. If you can take us, I think it was
14.
14th. So just a minute.
Yes. ये था ना King Prithu का ऋषि को भेजे नवमं पार्थिवं वपु दुग्धेमं ओषधीर विप्रस तेनयम सप्तम. Yes, Prabhu.
This was clear, Prabhu. I think it was the next one. Sorry.
Okay. Should I next one?
Yes, I'm in parallel checking it. I had a doubt. I should have asked there and then only. Oh yes, it was the 15th verse. I was a little confused there. I think maybe it's my thinking only. I think according to me there was some kind of a contradiction there. Like first it says that according to Sripada Sridhara Swami, the original commentator of the Bhagavatam. First of all, the original commentator of Bhagavatam. I'm a little confused there because as far as the scriptures I have read, I haven't come across this knowledge of the original commentator of the Bhagavatam being Sridhara Swami.
Okay, so we have not come across many such things. That is why Prabhupada is giving us.
Yeah, and then it says that there is not always a devastation after the change of every Manu here, and in this same verse, it is saying that there is always a devastation after the end of every Manu.
Yes. So what is the question?
I'm confused with this.
Yeah, so we understand how Prabhupada is ending it. Prabhupada is saying that that there are many commentators who have given the Tika. There are many acharyas who have given the Tika on Srimad Bhagavatam, like Srila Chakravarti Thakur or Sridhar Swami or Srila Jeev Goswami, and that is why those who do not have the complete knowledge, they become, when they are reading the tikas of various other acharyas, they become confused. So that is why Srila Prabhupada is clearing it us with all automatically. That how, so we follow how Prabhupada is giving it us on the purport. That first he brings in the shloka only, we can say that after the period of Chakshusha Manu, the whole world is in deep water, deep within the water. And
Yeah.
but he brings out that Sridhar Goswami, the original commentator, there is not always a devastation. But he concludes, Prabhupada is concluding that Srila Jiva Goswami says that there is always a devastation of the end of each and every Manu. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also supports this. So we understand it from this perspective, that we accept this then, that how Prabhupada is concluding. Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quoting.
I'm clear to a great extent, but when I will read it again tomorrow morning, so maybe I'll be having 100% clarity.
Okay.
It happens a lot of time, So in the evening, whenever there is a confusion, when I read it again in the morning, it's all clear. So I'll do that. So it's almost clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
There, no confusion, because Prabhupada is clearing that confusion automatically in the purport if we read it.
Yeah.
How he is concluding, that is what we accept.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any more doubts? So we'll close the session over here. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Vacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhyevacha Bhaktanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, God Brahmanande, Hari Guru, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.